Let's go. The name is Law Nation. As the room fill up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. You know, we got a lot to talk about today, and I'm going to try to give you guys my thoughts of everything. But it's one of those things whereas you got to make sure you measure twice, cut once, look over everything. Cowboys woes from the narratives, plus free agent lists and coaches moving on. Q&A too. I try to put all of that in the title the best way possible. I appreciate you guys so much. Let's go. The name is Law Nation. Come on. I'll fall on the sword. I will take the blows. That's just what it is, baby. Blame me, baby. Blame Law to the nation, baby. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go. 1. All right. What's up, y'all? What's good? Appreciate y'all so much, man. All right. Let me get right to the point right here. I didn't know the prereq for talking and giving analysis about this team and about any football or about any sport that you have to actually play in either the NBA or the NFL or NHL or MLB. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So let me know, man. I really appreciate y'all so much that in order for you to critique this team or any team in the National Football League, that you got to play or had play in the National Football League. I didn't know that. Did you guys know that? Because that is the information that was given to me earlier yesterday, and I didn't know it. I didn't know it until now because I get so many messages. I get so many people to reach out to me, and I didn't know. Let me pull this up right quick. I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. There's a long list of things that we got to go over in order for us to be in the right graces, Cowboy Nation, and everyone else that's listening. But did you guys know that in order for my points to be heard, when you're on a small platform like me, when you're independent, and if you're not on the 4-ladder or the 3-ladder network, but did you play? Where did you play at, Law? Where did you do it at? You know, because your analysis, you haven't played anywhere. You didn't coach for any team. You didn't do this and that. So shout out to everybody. For those who out there wondering what I'm talking about, I gave my thoughts about Michael Gallup and his running on a route, and I said that he looked lackadaisy. He checked out of that route. He didn't perform up to the level that we all thought that he would do in that route. And it was mainly out of love. Y'all know me. Michael Gallup, one of my dogs, right? He's one of my guys. And it's a shame. It's a shame that anybody would think that I was shooting only negative shots at Gallup. No, he got to run right. He got to press off the line. He can't be too high. Those are things that we know. Those are things that we know without any other conversation. From middle school, high school, we know that off your releases, you can't get off of it slowly. You can't get off of it too high. You can't. So he was upset about it, and he responded to the video. And I didn't know. I didn't tag him in the video. I didn't say, hey, MG13. I didn't jump in his DM. And I'm dog shit for right now, not finna repost it all over my pages for clout. I'm not that dude. I'm not that dude to post anything for clout. But for damn sure, I'm going to talk about it, right? Because there should be some coaches on the sideline saying the exact same thing. And the last I checked, the dog Yeps is the one that got hit with the brick of truth. He wouldn't have responded if I was telling lies, right? There's thousands of people around this world talking bad about this team, but he responded to my video. Why? Because he know that somewhere there's the truth in there. Regardless of whether or not I played pee-wee football, middle school, high school, college, or made it to the pros, made it to the man that's holding the water, or the towel boy. There's some type of truth in there. Now, here's my stance on Michael Gallup. It would be idiotic for us to think that Michael Gallup was going to have the exact same season that he had prior to his ACL or equivalent to what CeeDee Lamb been doing this year. Why? Coming off of an ACL tear. We had a doctor to call in, Dr. Q. We had Dr. Q to call in. And he said it literally takes about 2 years, man. 2 years. So when reality meets expectations, it always collide. But I want what's best out of him. And a third of the people under the video co-signed it. Oh, this dude that was talking bad about you, Gallup, he just a Dak apologist. Well, why don't y'all check out my video this morning? Where were the apologies from that? Because an apologist would never even post that video. They will only speak glowingly and remove all of the negativity. All I'm going to tell you guys is that these are my things that I say about players. I refuse to call players trash. I may joke with them like, oh, man, third and brown. But I ain't going to say third and trash. I refuse to call players out of their names. I try to be as respectful as possible. This is reality, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm going to say this once again. Gallup is my guy. Gallup is a remarkable story. Gallup did great things for us just the other week against the Buccaneers. When you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud too. Yes, indeed. You got to deal with it all. You do. You got to deal with it all. That's just how it is. It's the cold, hard truth. I can't be sitting around here lying to kick it with you guys, and I can't give you guys analysis. Just like on this video right here. An apologist would never talk about Dak in this light. He had 2 yards. It's 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2, ladies and gentlemen. He could have failed and got 2 yards. The hole, look how big that hole is. Let me see if I can pause it with. So what I'm gonna get? Dak Prescott next?
Or
let me do.
Situation where you go empty, you leave the notion that you're going to pass and they are in pass pro. There's really nothing but space and opportunity.
So when we look at this right here, what I'm gonna have Tad and Dak to talk to me next? You know what I'm saying? They gonna say, "Hey man, when did you play football?" That's not how it worked. Man, Ray Charles dead and blind. He can see, man, that's 2 yards right there. You can just fall forward and get the 2 yards, live to fight another down. And on top of that, it'll behoove the Cowboys more to kill clock right now, right? And I get it. I get what most people think, that Law's just sitting out here just only hand-picking, cherry-picking a few plays to speak glowingly of this team. No, I want this team to win. Look, my daughter's a straight-A student. She made a 67 on her test. You think I said, oh, baby, you're going to get them good next time? No, why are you scoring 67? Come sit down and talk to me. Dad, I made a mistake. Yeah, well, let's go over these mistakes. Even God chastises the ones he loves. Come on, y'all. I'm speaking these things so that I know for sure. I can't change Jerry Jones' mind. I can't change his heart. I can't tell Jerry Jones what to do. I literally don't have no control of the outcome of the game. the score would have been 19-12, whether or not I did the play-by-play or the film analysis, or whether or not I went live or not, whether or not I was born or not, the score would have still been 19-12. I'm giving you guys my thoughts, my opinions, and my analysis. That's just what it is. So when I see something wrong, you can't tell me salt is sugar and sugar is salt. The dog that get hit with the brick, yeah, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. All right. Enough of that, right? Speaking of that, man, I said, man, I wasn't even going to go over it until I started realizing. I said, man, you know what? Why would these guys get angry at what I say since I didn't play in the NFL? Why would you give credence and validation? Why would you type out something? You know what I'm saying? Oh, there's a little truth in there. There's a little truth in there. That's the equivalent to someone you sitting next to someone and say, hey, man, you want to pick a gum? Nah, man, I'm good. Hey, man, you want a piece of gum? Nah, I'm good. Damn it, dog, you need this gum, man. Your breath stank, dog. I was trying to be nice. Oh, man, why you getting mad at me, man? Why you talking about me? Dog, you need this gum. You got halitosis. You burning my eyelids, man. I've been trying to get nice to you. I said, do you want this gum? Would you like to have this gum? And the gum is only a temporary situation. You're going to have to start flossing, man. You got something living in there. Hey, news flash. Get you some organic coconut. You know what I'm saying? I'm teaching y'all something now. Get you some organic coconut. Get you a spoonful of that. And then just put it in your mouth and gargle every morning. Teeth will come out white. Better than any chemical that you can go get from the store. Facebook as a disclaimer. You know what I'm saying? Speak with your dentist. You know what I'm saying? As Facebook. Disclaimer, speak with your dentist before you try to do that, But the truth hurt. Not everybody want to hear the truth. Not everybody want to know they got halitosis. Not everybody want to know that they sitting next to someone and their breath is funking up the place. And I'm saying, here's a piece of gum. Once you have a piece of bread, this is my last piece, we'll split it. No, we'll split it. Have you ever did that before? Hey, man, this is my last stick of gum, man. Well, we can split this, man. I have a piece, you have a piece, But how you going to get mad at the person that's trying to help you? You know what I'm saying? I'm just all I'm doing. I'm trying to get you a piece of gum. Marcus says coconut oil and essential oil is the best toothpaste. Yes, indeed. Oh, you got to put a disclaimer, though. You got to put a disclaimer, Marcus. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, You know what I'm saying? All right, man. This was Nick Eatman on what I said yesterday.
It's from that website on the Diamond Factory hotline. When did you, first off, do we have you?
I'm here, guys.
Hey! We take the L for that one. That was our bad at 8:40.
That's all right.
When did you realize?
Apparently.
Yeah, right.
Y'all hear audio?
When did you find out that this was an actual story yesterday?
Just yesterday afternoon, kind of hearing that some national people have picked it up. But I honestly, not till this morning did I think that did I even hear that it was still had legs and people were still discussing it. It's mind blowing to me. But then again, it's what we're used to. And also, I still, when you read it just now, I know where it came from. I know where it stems from, and it stems completely from Dak Prescott's mouth. So that's kind of why that's why the article was written that way, and it was teased that way. I mean, that was coming from a tease to the article. So, I don't understand what all the kickback is, but it's because we've gotten that freedom over the years to do that kind of stuff. And I obviously know that coaches and players that have been with other teams, they don't operate the same way. So therefore they think that we're throwing them under the bus.
Right.
That couldn't be further from the truth.
All right. So he's talking about, this article that my guy Patrick No. C. Walker written for the Cowboys, and it was posted under the Cowboys main account, and that's how they operate and post, and sometimes, like you say, Some things are meant to be in-house, some things aren't, right? And I think that regardless of how you look at the article, try to analyze the article, this was one of those truths again. You know what I'm saying? Dak Prescott gave away the ball twice in a narrow loss to the 49ers in a matchup the Cowboys had a chance to win if they didn't, again, generate self-inflicted wounds. I get it. Those are 1,000 truths right there. Facts. Now, here's where the other part of the shoe comes from. When you're talking about shooting yourself in the foot, and here's the other shoe. You don't have to necessarily say it. It's okay. It's cool. It's cool when we do it. It's a problem if the Cowboys organization do it, right? That's just business 101. As a fan, we can say this, right? But as an organization, a franchise, one of the tops in the world, you got to protect your assets at all costs. So, yes, I get where other people can look back at this article and say, hey, man, the Cowboys.com is throwing Dak Prescott under the bus. Like they say.
It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it.
Yes, indeed. So I get what Nick Eatman is saying and beyond. I get all of that. Even if it's a direct quote from Dak Prescott, you better start putting some makeup on that thing.
Who posts it? How does it work?
It works. We have a social media team, and we have some people that they do a good job of kind of going through the article, making it look a little different than the headline, and putting the tease out there. So it's we actually have a really good team that does that, and I think and we could have probably done a little bit better in that particular one, just maybe putting it on the writer. As Patrick Walker, who does a great job with us as our beat writer, he's writing that. But again, it's coming straight from Dak.
Right.
Dak's the one that says when your quarterback comes, and that's something that I've always kind of listened for when on a tough loss on a game like that. I learned it honestly from Wade Phillips, because Wade Phillips would sit there and say that 25 players had a good game, even though they lost. And then he would put it on himself. So when he put it on himself, then, okay, it's like this is your out. If you're trying to be critical, you're like, this guy's saying it's on me. Well, then put it on you. And Dak said that. Now, I wrote in my article, I did not put the whole thing on Dak. I don't think that it was the way I graded him yesterday. I didn't give him the worst grade in the world. I don't like grades anyways, but I just don't. And so our organization, I mean, from the top, Jerry said it when he talked for 13 minutes the other day, and half of that was on how much Dak is the quarterback, is the leader, is a great quarterback. We feel that way at our website, writers, social team, all that. I mean, it was not his best game. He said it, he knows it, and that this team is out of the playoffs because they didn't play their best game. And it starts with the quarterback. He got all the praise in Tampa. He's getting a lot of the criticism here.
No doubt.
It's not always fair, but that's the way it goes.
So the reaction to this tweet from y'all's official account has 10,000 retweets, 3,600 responses, and it has generated 15 million interactions since Sunday. Wow. This is the best thing that ever happened to y'all. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah. Now I'm going to end it right there. Oh, man, you made a G today, but you made it in a sleazy way, And this is the thing right here. Now you want to cancel interviews, Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones. Now you want to cancel these interviews. Bull sugar. You're supposed to be right in front of the front line now. Because when we didn't want you to speak, you're speaking. And now all of a sudden after a loss, you're running. That's front-running type of stuff, Jerry Jones. You need to be out there answering these questions this week. You need to still do your 2 interviews, man. You still need, you and your son, y'all need to still be out there doing your 2 interviews. Come on, take that, because what we're doing right now as Cowboy fans, we're hearing it from the 49ers. We're hearing it from the Eagles. We're hearing it from the 4-ladder, the 3-ladder network. We're hearing it from the South, the East, the West. the North. We hearing it from every 4 corners of the world. Nah, dog, you need to be out there right now. You need to be catching these blows. Because when we don't want you to speak, you're speaking. Now we want you to speak. Let me know where I'm wrong. You need to be right there. I do that. I did that. I need to hear him now. I need to hear him speaking. Him and his $1 billion of forces. I need him to have a camera. Where you at, dog? Look, you got to be flying. Look, you got $1 billion. You're $1 billion now. You need to have a camera and a helicopter right with you. You need to have somebody right here. You know what I'm saying? Go get Mr. Beast crew or somebody, to have a camera right here. All right, Jerry. Now explain to me. Explain to me what happened explain to me what's going on. What's going on, Jerry? Somebody need to be in the helicopter right with you. Oh, if somebody getting married or at a funeral, they need to hey, Jerry, because any other week you be talking. Boy, yes indeed. It's just what it is. Let me know where I'm lying at. JT Wolf, facts, law, facts. I want the truth. I want
the truth. You can't handle the truth.
JB, we are just tired of the same inconsistency, tired of the same excuses, tired of the same lame interviews, tired of not making moves enough. Yeah.
The truth. You can't handle the truth.
I mean, come on, Mr. B, somebody, man. Anybody, come on. Y'all need to find Jerry. Find that man. You got 24 hours to reply or respond. Come on. We need to know. We need to feel this pain now. I don't want to hear you talking 3-4 months from now. You know what I'm saying? I want you to talk now. I'm like J.G. Whitworth. We need cash now. I need to know it now, baby. That's what I need to know. And don't y'all be sending me cease and desist letters. I'm speaking y'all right now. Don't be sitting out here like, hey man, Law, you speaking too much truth. I done had enough of those letters from the .com. Don't be sending me that stuff. Y'all got to let me talk. Now, don't be putting a muffler on my mouth. Let me talk about them, I'm tired. Cease and desist letters. Come on, man. Let me talk. Look, if y'all know if something happened to Law, y'all learn it on this show right now. January 24th, Law was speaking truth, and that's why he's gone, y'all. That's why he's gone. That's why he gone.
FBI, open up!
But see, they come after the right ones, man. I probably got my stuff suppressed anyway. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. They be wanting this stuff, baby. All right, let me listen to this one right here. I got to turn some background music on for this one, though. Appreciate y'all so much. Don't bully me. Now, don't y'all bully me, 4-letter, 3-letter network. They be bullying me. They be trying to take me out. Censor law.
Much as we get on here and we talk about Mike McCarthy's job, I defended Mike McCarthy a couple weeks ago when we were talking, is he going to be fired if you go to Tampa? Bruh, Mike McCarthy has been to the playoffs twice in 3 years of coaching. All right, he won a playoff game this year. His quarterback turned the football over. He can't control that. That's Kellen Moore and Dak Prescott. I have been saying it for 2 months.
Real.
2 months I've been sitting here saying, hey, man, Kellen Moore and Dak Prescott are the most important people to if Dallas can win anything. I still didn't think they were going to win a Super Bowl. I didn't think that they would beat Philly in a playoff game fully healthy. But ultimately, we keep talking about this man's job, man. So who you going to get? All right, let's just say you get Sean Payton. You still don't have the roster. The roster. How?
All right, so here's my guy right here, and I got to cut it up this way. This is how it goes. Before the 4-letter, 3-letter network say, hey, man, you taking our content. So I got to give you guys some of my thoughts on it. Here's my thoughts. I said that even if you go to the grave and pull Tom Landry out and somehow resurrect him, right, and you put him as the head coach, it would not mean a hill of beans. It would not. If you don't have the ability to make deals during the free agency And on top of that, make necessary trade moves in order to uplift and elevate your team. On top of that, you got to give your coaching staff the longitude and the latitude. And I'm not finna sit back and sit here and say to you guys, well, these coaches say, yeah, Jerry's a real good guy. He stands out of the way. He's not in these meetings. It's all on us. It's all on us to get these guys together. Now, everybody know the truth. We know that they was prepped for that. Like everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, Tupac and Biggie climbing out of the grave. They knew for sure that Mike McCarthy didn't really want to hire Kellen Moore. We know it. Just as well as Wade Phillips didn't want Jason Garrett. You know, we know this. We know this, but we play along and get along, right? Right? We see stuff like this happen in some families. New to this modern day world. Like we know, come on. See a family member down the street. You know, that's Uncle Pete and that's Uncle Charles. Well, why they stay together? Hey, man, you don't want to pry too deep. Why they sleep in the same bed? Hey, why Uncle Pete and Uncle Charles sleeping in the same bed? They grown men. Well, you know, they're trying to keep everything in-house. They love us. You know it. But nobody call them out. Collectively speaking. I'm burnt up, man. Hey, y'all don't come get me, though. But, hey, y'all know what I'm saying. Come on. Some people keep that in-house.
Howie Roseman went out and traded for A.J. Brown. We just finished talking about Philly and their offensive line and how it was put together. This team was better suited to win a Super Bowl when Dak was a rookie than they are right now. And the coach is still having some success. We're getting them to at least to the playoffs in the tournament to have a chance at getting there. I don't mind bearing a coach, okay? Don't mind it at all when I think he needs that type of vitriol and energy. We keep talking about Mike McCarthy. I've been in this organization. I'm telling y'all, Kellen Moore is that guy in waiting like Jason Garrett was when he was in waiting, controlling what they do offensively. Boy wonder is what they tagged him. Now, we can talk about Dak turnovers, and that's rightfully so. But we need to have the same type of energy going towards Kellen Moore as well. Do y'all think it's a coincidence? I'm going to give y'all another example. Do y'all think it's a coincidence that Josh Allen potentially struggled under Ken Dorsey after Brian Daboll left? Yeah. That's how important an offensive coordinator is.
Want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
Man, that was the facts right there, man. Appreciate y'all for standing in on that one, baby. Nothing but the facts from Spears on that one. Josh Allen versus Dak Prescott. I'm not going there, but I'm just going to go along that line, right? I think the world of Josh Allen. I think that, man, that arm, man, I seen that brother roll to his right, look left, and then just with the flick of his wrist like this. That's all he did, dog, just like this. And that ball shot out of his arm. And what's his name? Gabriel Davis. I'm talking about at least 40 to 50 yards, man. The talent was just remarkable. I said, how it turned me into Plies. How he was able to just get that ball out there. That boy right there, he turned me into Plies just by flicking his wrist. And that ball went, y'all remember Plies, y'all know Plies. And that ball just shot out of there, gave Davis touchdown. Remarkable arm talent, right? But when you look at everything from A to Z, I would say, man, if anybody needed Brian Daboll, would have been Josh Allen. Would have been Josh Allen, dog. Josh Allen is that dude. Now, when we look at him without Brian Daboll, we're looking at it like, hey, man, what's going on, man? Hey, man, you turn over Josh now. You know what I'm saying? You Joshua Interception Allen. You know, you got the whole name now, right? You ain't looking as with the spontaneity and the creativity that you used to have. And now Stephon Diggs is calling him out, and they've ready to fight each other and a whole bunch of other stuff caving in. And now I go back to say, man, I wonder what Josh Allen would look like now with Kellen Moore. I wonder. And I wonder what Dak Prescott would look like with Brian Daboll, because we do see Danny Jones. They talking about paying Danny Jones now. I might have to hit my guy up, Bad Dog, and see what he want to do with Danny Jones. You know what I'm saying? Danny Dimes. Josh Allen will get destroyed by the media and fans if he was in Dallas, by the way. This is from Corey. Appreciate you. Jeremy, appreciate you, man. Thank you, man, for that long paragraph. I don't think I can read that all, man, with my hooked on phonic eyes, man. Law, what are your top 5 suggestions for next year? That's the Good Hoodie channel. Appreciate you, man. Top 5. Number 1, and this is not me trying to bang on the table to get Kellen Moore up out of the paint, because I think that he's a wonderful guy. Marvelous. You know what I'm saying? I would want him to land that job for the Carolina Panthers so he can prove us all wrong, right? Right? Prove us all wrong that he is that brilliant boy wonder. Right? Because he will have DJ Moore. He will have a dynamic running game over there, a good, decent offensive line, and they will have a very, very good defense. I don't think no one can sneeze at the Carolina Panthers defense. So he will have at least a top 10 defense, and on top of that, he will have some weapons. He would just have to figure out who will be his quarterback. Maybe, just maybe, he can pick up Cooper Rush. Shoot, he'll 4-1 here. Carolina can go to the Super Bowl next year with doggone Kellen Moore. That could be the situation. But first and foremost, you Josh Prescott now, huh? Jamie Ford.
Spartan! What is your profession?
Interception. Appreciate y'all, man. Hey, Josh Allen, man, I'm not talking about you, so don't ask me did I ever play football in the National Football League. You and Dak Prescott. Don't ask me, hey, Law, did you ever play football here? You know, don't you know how hard it is to score over 10 points? Don't be coming at me, Josh Allen. Don't be coming at me, dog. Oh, my gosh, man. Kellen has no identity to his scheme. I love Dak, but his time, Law. Well, Rob, we all understand, but his time is not his time, because if you cut him now, it's $89 million. I think I got the cheat sheet still up here. You cut that brother now, you got $89 million dead cap. Who? I would wish that on my worst enemy. I wouldn't even wish this for. I probably wish it for the Eagles, man. Y'all cut your guy, get $89 million. Nah, but I wouldn't wish this to no one, man. $89 million of dead cap, man. That just gonna be a detriment altogether. And then the following year it'd be 39. So nah, man, you just got to play this year out. You got 2 more years with Dak Prescott. So my five things would be: see what Dak Prescott look with another offensive coordinator. It could be more of the same, but we never know. Continue to put weapons around him. We know for sure, Michael Gallup, I love you, man, to the moon and back. We know for sure Michael Gallup should have a moment of time to be at training camp this year, preseason, so he'll be better than what he was last year. And then you can continue to figure out a way to add another veteran wide receiver. We know what CeeDee Lamb can do. He accelerated to high heights this year. There's no questionings on CeeDee Lamb. Everybody know that he is a number 1 wide receiver. But we still need help. We still need more and more opportunities to put and provide more weapons around him. Just like what Marcus Spears just said. So D-Hop, come holler at your boy. Still draft a wide receiver. But just understand that the wide receiver that you draft, it may be some more growing pains. Right, so this is what I want you guys to do, man. Can y'all do me a huge solid? Don't call Gallup trash. And stop tagging Gallup in my videos. You know what I mean? Because if I wanted to speak to him, I would speak to him directly. But here's the thing. Yeah, DK Metcalf. Ooh. DK Metcalf, a dog. Yeah. Law. What if he makes it? And then the other, I want to get my other points before, because he said 5. Changing another offensive coordinator, putting a bona fide stud of another wide receiver in this mix. 3, figure out this running back thing. This offseason, you got to figure out this running back thing. You got to. I don't know it will be wise to just go ahead and look at this thing and say, okay, we're going to put the franchise tag on Tony Pollard, or you're going to go with the youth aspect. Running backs, believe it or not, average lifespan of a running back is 3 years. So anything over 3 years, just expect. This is business. This is nothing personal, especially coming off of an injury. Just put in your mindset that they may be going downhill instead of uphill after 3 years from a running back. That's just how it is. That just the historical data says that, and all of the references points say that. So you're going to have to get, this is your young man's league with running backs. That's just how it is, man. Now, if you, like, let's do this. Let's do this tier. And the 5th thing would be, okay, figure out what to do with Donovan Wilson, figure out what to do with your free agent guys, and you have to sign your guys. And I'm going to pull up the free agent list. That would be the 5th option. Those would be the things that we have to figure out. Shout out to you, Elmatic Law. If he makes it, please do not hype up Zeke training camp this year. He is washed, Elmatic. I feel you, fam. I feel you. You talking about when he go, yeah. We say, man, Zeke gonna be that dude this year. I'm not finna talk bad about Zeke, but all I can tell you is let's continue to build. All right, let me break down this this thing right quick with running backs in general. And this is just my weird numbering system. The average lifespan of a running back is 3 years. If you are an elite running back with a good offensive line, maybe, just maybe, your lifespan could be 7 to 8 top, right? If you elite. And if you are one of those running backs that's pretty much in those status quos of just being right at good but not great, your lifespan, you're going to have a good 4 years. 4 years, maybe 4 impossible. And if you're one of those average running backs, depending on all of the circumstances, you're going to hit 3 years. And then after the 3rd year, your teams better be looking for another running back. Break that down for me, y'all. Go type into your Googles. What's the average lifespan of a running back in the NFL? Matter of fact, let me do it together right now. Playing years of a NFL running back. According to sources, the average career, I said lifespan, I should say career. The average career is about 3.3 years across the NFL. So we playing numbers, man. For all of the number heads out here, there's the average. Let me put that in the chat. That's the average. The average career length is about 3.3 years of players across the NFL, of running back players across the NFL. So, so if I'm a running back, I'm fighting hard for my second contract. They're going to have to be my layup. That's going to have to be my layup, baby. I'm going to have to get my biggest and my best chunk of the money. Tony Pollard, get your best chunk of the money now. Because after a while, it's down slope. That's just how it goes, man.
Let's turn on Josh Allen now. Choppy may actually be the leader in the clubhouse. Josh Allen now is overrated. Josh Allen now he's just a guy. The crazy QB reaction. Jared Sandler was dealing with this yesterday. He's like, I'm tweeting with so many Tolos. who say Josh Allen is not that dude. It's kind of like the Chad Henne tweets. I got 3 straight Tolo messages over the weekend when Chad Henne had the 98-yard drive. Does this show, Sean, that Pat Mahomes is a system quarterback? Why does Mahomes need to come back in the second half? They just went down the field and scored. So now Pat Mahomes, Chad Henne exposed Pat Mahomes as a system quarterback, and now Josh Allen ain't that dude.
Dak put up better numbers than Josh did over the last 3 weeks. He did.
So what? So what?
So are we?
No.
Yeah,
Stop.
Go ahead.
I'm going to hold you accountable.
Go ahead. Let's
go. When you throw that out there, you're about to set up that you have to follow up with Dak Prescott is equal or better than Josh Allen. So what are you trying to say? Are you gonna utter that statement in word?
I'll tell you what I'm about to say. I'm about to say 12 weeks doesn't make a quarterback, just like one game doesn't make a quarterback. It's a defense. It's not a takedown of Josh Allen. It's a defense of Dak to say, look, we're not. I'm not hearing the 5 o'clock segment on G-Bag talking about would Cooper Rush have won this game for Buffalo? Like, I'm not hearing that. Or like Josh Allen, like he's not that dude. Or there's not these like head in the hand Buffalo reactions of like, I guess he's not the guy. Look at what because over the last 12 weeks, Dak was better.
Wow. All right, man. Oh my gosh, man. Woo! I told y'all I'm opening the phone line a little earlier today.
Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for
657-390-7391.
Keep it super thorough my way.
Oh my gosh, man.
It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it.
So it look like I'm gonna be around here for a while. I ain't trying to be your daddy, man. But if you need some advice, feel free to talk to me.
No question, keep it real. Whether we East Coast and or we in the hidden hills. In the popping straps of blue.
Oh!
Not the pills. Heard you calling bluffs, I show and prove it is for real.
Let's go.
Son of God, not a son of Sam. Keep it off the books and keep it coming in.
I'm gonna do it on the back end then.
There are 6 participants in the call.
Y'all hurry up and jump on in here, y'all.
Please announce yourself.
Yes, indeed.
Hello?
Y'all.
All participants are muted.
Y'all be sure to hurry up and grab your seats because I forgot to go over this list from Blogging the Boys, and I'm gonna try to get y'all not this list, but this list. I'm gonna go over this list about everything. These are the guys. In order for you to prepare yourself to where you need to go, you got to make sure you do self-inventory first, right? So these are the guys that the Cowboys must overlook and go over line by line, look at their stats, look at what their futures are, and make sure that they make the proper decisions on what they should do for the future. And off of this list, of course, you got Cooper, you got Rush, you got T.Y. Hilton, Dalton Schultz, Tony Pollard, Terrence Steele. He's injured, and it is crass for you to not pay an injured guy, right? We know how that goes, right? And then you have Wanye Thomas. I think he already signed for a futures contract, and Alex Lindstrom, he's already signed to a futures contract. But if you guys can, screenshot that, and we can use this as a talking piece on who you should go after. And one of my creme de la creme guys is Donovan Wilson. I think that you need to figure out a way to re-sign Donovan Wilson regardless of the situation. How do you guys feel about Anthony Brown, though? It was a contract year for him. He got injured. They already waived Trayvon Mullen, so you can go put a cross on that one. How did you guys feel about Fowler, Dante Fowler? He's another guy. On that defensive side, Jonathan Hankins, Carlos Watkins, those two should be shoe-ins on re-signing back with this team. And, of course, let me see who else I'm missing out on this list. I think Connor McGovern may be a big name that we can take a look at. But I got my guy, man. He hit me up earlier this morning, and he's one of the first people in here, too. From the 863, you're live.
Hey, what's up, big dog?
Nothing to it, Chief. Talk to me, man.
Cowboy Nation, hope everybody's willing to turn the TV off because I'm getting TV back. But, yeah, man, listen. This whole past couple of days, bro, it's been back and forth with Buck fans fans, teams that never even looked at a Super Bowl, looked at the naked body of a Lombardi trophy, ain't been to the playoffs longer than us, ain't won a Super Bowl longer than us, talking smack.
Well,
I'm going to tell you like this. One of the worst things that could have ever happened to the NFL is social media and our fan base. And I'm going to tell you why. A lot of you guys that talk on these podcasts, and I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about the people that be in the chat.
Right.
Y'all repeat everything that you hear on TV instead of going looking up factual facts and stats that is online that are actually there for a fact versus what somebody's saying on TV just for ratings and to trash a guy just to get the likes up. And I'm a little pissed off today because when I called you about, I'm going to go ahead and expose it now. I saw one guy talking about Ezekiel Elliott. All right, Ezekiel Elliott has been a great running back since we built the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. Of course, after time and injuries, you will slow down. As a normal human being who don't play sports anymore, and I'm talking about everybody in the chat and myself, we slow down with age. It's just a known fact. That doesn't make them trash. That doesn't make them unvaluable. His 876 yards and 12 touchdowns was highly valuable. Some of you all said, let's go grab Alvin Kamara. Law, you looked at the stats today when I talked to you about this. Alvin Kamara has never had 1,000 yards in a season for the Saints. Am I lying?
No, you ain't lying. Let me see. Alvin, yeah, you never.
But they said go get Alvin Kamara. They said go get him. I saw fans saying that. We say go get Sean Payton. Sean Payton had a Hall of Fame quarterback, had great wide receivers, a great O-line, and good defense. Won Super Bowl. Trade out Mike McCarthy for him. What the F is he going to do when he had a better quarterback than Dak Prescott, better receivers, and they put people around Drew Brees to win? The only thing that I will say about the Saints in that playoff game was that obvious pass interference that they didn't call, that could have been another Super Bowl year right there. But we are pissed and suck on another coach and root for another team because they got cheated, and then come over to our own team and piss on us like we ain't done nothing. You tell me a quarterback that had his number one receiver taken away. What other team did that? And we say, hey, that was Dak, that was this. Dak did do a bad job in some games, but my God, what quarterback doesn't? Okay? You got a goddamn owner that got all this money, they got all this to be in his feelings so much. The first thing that we realized that he screwed over Jimmy Johnson. Correct? Am I lying? Till this day, Jimmy Johnson, when I went to the stadium in Christmas and went to the game versus the Eagles, I still didn't see his name in the Ring of Honor. So if he screwed up a Hall of Fame coach, every receiver, like I said earlier this year, every good receiver that we ever had, he got rid of. T.O., number one. Dez Bryant was still doing great. Now we're going to do this to Amari Cooper. Look up Amari Cooper's stats, everybody. Look what he did on the Browns with the quarterbacks that he had. Massage Man Watson and the other guy.
Massage Man Watson. Man, you on fire today, man. Hey, you the first caller today, man. You bringing all of the good heat, man. I'm going to go over all of that stuff that you just said, man. I appreciate you, Scott, man. You on fire, man. I appreciate you. I didn't see not one airplane in the chat. Yeah, you on fire, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, look, all that 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns. You think we couldn't use that in the playoffs?
Man,
get the F out of here, man. It ain't all those that, but we do need another offensive coordinator. Get the F out of here, Fellamore. And I bring fat cheeks in and they $500 goddamn bucks because if you got an old man Tom Brady that we destroyed, it ain't that man's fault. Bring fat cheeks over here. I believe he can do good. It'll be good for the culture too to have a black man on the squad coaching. I'm pissed off today, man. I get tired of our fan base. Our fan base pissed me off, man. They like trash.
I feel you, man. Appreciate you, Scott, man. Thank you for tuning in. Salute.
All right, man. Peace out.
That's a good call from him, man. Look, he brought this to my attention, and let me take a look at Alvin Kamara. Now, this was this year. He had 897 yards. I think he had 1,000 yards one of these years. He had to, right? 898 yards last season. All right, 2020, 932. He was close, but 16 touchdowns, second in the National Football League. 2019, 797 yards. And 2018, 883. All right, so as a split back, of course, 728 yards, so he never had 1,000 yards. Now, to my guy Scott's defense here, We know that he had 1,000 yards receiving, right? Alvin Kamara. But there's no shred of evidence that the Cowboys would utilize him under this particular system as a guy that can catch the ball in the backfield. They just don't do that here in these type of parks. They would have had Kamara. Y'all would have been talking about Kamara by the fact that he can't block, he can't do this, and he would have been pretty much Tony Pollard. He'd have been Tony Pollard, because I've seen a lot of people say, well, Tony, he can't block, man. He can't run in between the splits. That's what y'all will be saying about Alvin Kamara if he was in this system. But I feel I feel him about what he said about Kamara, because a lot of people been banging on the table for him, and I get all of that. I got my guy with the plan, $100,000 from the 201. You live.
Listen, man, I have to take a couple days off because I ain't want to curse on your show.
Well, you free now, man. Come on, talk to me, man.
I ain't want to curse on your show. I'm still hot, but I kind of simmered down a little bit more, man. Listen, why the Eagles are successful? Because they got weapons all across the board. Jalen Smith is Jalen Smith. Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
He's a bus driver, but he can. All he got to do is make a couple of plays when needed, and that's all they need. 2016, Dak Prescott's a bus driver. Dak Prescott don't throw for 300 and 400 yards. F that, man. Let's get this man some weapons, not just in the what. We need running backs, tight ends, and wide receivers. He had weapons in 2000, whatever. We wasn't using Tony Pollard back when we had. If we was using Tony Pollard the way that we was using back when we had Amari Cooper, we would have went to the Super Bowl. Tell me if I'm lying.
Hey, man, you ain't lying, man.
We was not using Tony Pollard the same. So everybody who gonna come up here and say that Prescott had weapons, they wasn't used correctly.
Yeah.
If we get an OC in here that's going to use the weapons correctly, we would be just like the Eagles right now. But our fan base will call him a bus driver because he ain't throwing for 300 and 400 yards. F that. Man. You know what I'm saying? Lord, let me know if I'm spitting something wrong.
Man, you spitting, dog. Our issue is, of course, they
want Superman, Lord. They want Superman at quarterback that's going to make all laser passes. That's going to see the reads and all that. Don't you understand? A quarterback and a wide receiver got to be on the same page. If the quarterback and the wide receiver is not on the same page, y'all going to blame Dak.
Yeah. This is a situation whereas the blame game is always the best game because somebody got to follow the sword. I said this last episode that the same issues that we have now was the same issue we had 10 years ago, 15 years ago, as well as 20 years ago. We having the same issue and we are saying the same thing. It's nothing different. It was the same issue 4 years ago, 5 years ago, even with Dak Prescott. So
the same thing about Tony.
They said the same thing. Same thing. But a lot of people forgot.
Tony Romo would have won that game. Y'all ain't say that when he was here.
Yep.
Dak Prescott go to another team, Dak Prescott would have won that game. Dak Prescott would have won that game. That's the same thing y'all doing with Cooper Rush. That's the problem with our fan base, bruh. We want Superman out there. Superman ain't out there. And then when a quarterback leaves, we wish for him to come back. That's the problem with the fan base, like the other callers say. They look at the forward, they look at the dudes on TV, and they just say the same thing because ain't nobody got their own mind. All of them is a bunch of sheep, Law. Y'all bunch of sheep about to get slaughtered. Come up with your own opinion, bro.
No doubt, man.
No, it's not that.
And then on top of that, fam, this was a post from my guy Andre Jackson on the Twitter. He said, man, he got a picture of us having 13 Pro Bowlers, 5 All-Pros, same results. So it's not about the talent that's on the team, because sometimes it's about the coaching philosophy and how they bring it too.
Right.
So it's a two-way
not
thing.
Mm-hmm. Kevin Moore got to go. He don't know what he's doing.
Well,
he don't know what he's doing.
Well, we'll find out, man. I appreciate you 100, man. Hey, I still got your gift over here. I got you, man. I got you. You was right. You was right. Week 1 of the playoffs, man. So let's figure this thing out, man. Thank you, man.
I know you will. I ain't gotta hunt you down, Lord.
Yeah, man. I ain't sliding, man. Appreciate you, fam. That 100 grand. Yes, indeed. Quest says, hey, Law, I'll give you Diami Brown, because CD over there standing all alone like Will Smith in the Fresh Prince, laugh out loud, Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. You must be a Washington fan. Appreciate you. Diami Brown. I think that's how you say that man's name. The Y is silent, right? That's how you say it, or Y sound like regardless. Brown. Another Brown. We can't get rid of all of these Browns. Yes, indeed. Dak equals Romo. I feel you, man. Fire Kellen Moore. Allen is greater. This is from Trey Fargo. Allen is greater than Dak. Lamar for Dak. I feel you. Oscar. Well, we still got to contextualize. There's a no trade clause. I got my guy from the 815, Brandon. Ross, you're live.
Hey, what's up, Law?
Nothing to it, man.
At first, I was going to go off on the first call. I think he was trying to compare Zeke to Alvin Kamara. But I'm going to let that go because come on, let's not do that. We love Zeke, but it's time. Dak.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
So, like, I want to be clear. Although I think Dak is not a good quarterback, like, I want to say something else, but I'm going to just say he's not a good quarterback. He will be our starting quarterback next year. So, like, whether you whether side of the fence you stand on.
Wait a minute. Let me say this. You think that Dak is average to above average quarterback, right? That was your stance, right?
I said he below average to average.
Hey, man, come on, man. You got to at least put an average to above average. Man, come on, man.
I'm going to just say average quarterback.
Average quarterback. Okay, all right, man. Go ahead. Go ahead, man.
He going to be on the team.
Right.
But, is this a stretch to say next season is a proven season with the Dallas Cowboys? Is that a stretch to say?
In what way? All right, so let me say this. Hear me out. Was this season an improvement from last season? Yes or no?
Oh, my God.
You already know. You know what game I'm going with you now. Was this season, was it an improvement from last year? Yes or no?
This is lame.
It's lame. It's lame, but we got to go over it, man. 1 + 1 is 2. Man, we got to go over this lame question, though. Answer. Give it to me.
Yeah.
All right. So hold on. I got as a person that's going to present his argument to you, and then you're going to present your facts back to me, right? So, all right. So this is how the order debate going. So you're a good guy, man, and I love you, man. So this is what we gonna do. This season was an improvement from last season. The 2 seasons that we just had was better than the last 15 years we had. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I just had to make you say yes. Okay. And now give me your rebuttal.
My rebuttal is this is exactly what I said, and I said this training when preseason. What's the standard? Is it just winning games and getting maybe getting the division and being the 8 and 10 playoff team? If that's the standard, then tell me now. So I won't never talk about that. But if the standard is to win the Super Bowl, Dak Prescott was the singular reason why we lost on Sunday.
Yeah.
So that's my rebuttal to that. Like, what's the standard? Like, are we trying to win the Super Bowl or not? Are we just trying to? We had a good season. We won 12 games.
All right. So may I interject? Objection, Your Honor. May I proceed? You know what I'm saying? May I give you my rebuttal? Because you just said, are we trying to win this Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
All right. If you was a Martian from out of this galaxy, right, and you landed on this plane, and you look at two teams, and you see one team by the name of the Eagles went and got a guy by the name of A.J. Brown, and went and got guys like Sue, went and got guys on the defensive side of the coin. Were they more so trying to win the Super Bowl juxtaposed to what we tried to do this offseason to win the Super Bowl? Yes or no? Did the Eagles put more efforts on trying to win the Super Bowl this year than Dallas?
No, I'm not going to fight you on that. I agree with you.
Okay. I'm just trying to get you to say yes. You know what I'm saying? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 3 yeses. All right, so my point about this, Brandon, you got some good points. You got some good, valid points. I truly believe that the Bills thought that they were one player away to win their Super Bowl. That's why they went and got Von Miller. That's why they tried to look at improving on their running back situation by drafting Jared Cook, or Cook, whatever his first name is, the Cook brother. They went and got him.
Right.
And they had the same outcome we had. They won one playoff game and they was out. They talking about the same thing. Stephon Diggs is now calling out Josh Allen. The Super Bowl is hard to win, but I think that in order for you to win, you got to get more players than my guy Noah Brown, and you got to have a better offensive coordinator than a Kellen Moore. Dak Prescott by far was the reason why we lost this game, but it was also shared the blame with Kellen Moore. Is that yes or no?
That's. But do I get a? Can I?
Before you rebuttal, can I get you to say yes?
No. I say yes.
Okay, good. Right. Okay, good. Now you may rebuttal.
Okay, so I'm to Kellen Moore first. To the Kellen Moore point. I'm going to ask this question again because I asked you this before. Does Kellen Moore call the bad plays, and does Dak Prescott call the good plays? So Kellen Moore only calls the bad plays. Come on, guys.
No. You're right. Kellen Moore don't only call the bad plays. Right? You're right. I'm going to give you your yes on that. Now, Dak Prescott issued to that second. Let's go back to 2nd and 2. I think that was the turning point of the game, although he had another interception. Yeah. But you on your side of the field, you can score. It's 2nd and 2. It's empty. Dak got to run that, man. He got to run that first down.
But see,
bad play by Kellen Moore. He didn't put the quarterback in the right position. And also bad by Dak. Dak got to overrule that. He got to make sure. He get that first down. There's no tomorrow. There's no reviewing of the film. Look, everybody that's watching me and hearing me right now, you are only known by the last tape you play. So all offseason, you got every right to hit me up with, hey, Dak threw those 2 interceptions. He lost that game. I got nothing else to say but say, man, damn, Ross, you right. Dak got to figure out a way to run that, get that first down.
I can't let this go either. I do not want to let this go. So y'all saying what you said this about the Eagles, they did get more talent, and I agree with what you said.
Yep.
And yesterday I said Dak did not fight for Amari Cooper, and then the lady was like, "That's not true. He asked for input." Okay, he asked for input.
Right.
He was talking to receivers pre-draft, and who did we get? We got Jalen Tolbert. I'm going to ask you this question. Is Dak Prescott responsible for drafting Jalen Tolbert? Because now that's what y'all trying to tell me. Okay, so he had input. We drafted Jalen Tolbert. He did not fight for Amari Cooper because Dak Prescott believes he's the system. That's what Dak Prescott believes. We lost this game because Dak Prescott threw horrible interceptions. He underthrew receivers. All I'm saying is we don't have to the truth that nobody really wants to hear long. You don't have to trade somebody to get more pieces. I don't know who it is. But we don't have to get more pieces.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this though, and then we gonna land the plane together.
Right.
You got kids?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I got a few too. Every day when I pick my little one up from school, she say, "Daddy, can we stop by McDonald's? I want McDonald's. I want ice cream. I want French fries." That's her consideration. But I'm in charge. I'm the one driving the truck. I'm the one driving the SUV. I'm the one pushing her around. So my answer, 9 times out of 10, no. We don't. No. Before she even asks. So by Dak asking and for consideration of Jalen Tolbert, the answer from the front office should have been like, we'll consider. But the ultimate answer is no. No, we'll consider. We'll consider, but the answer is no. So I think the fish rot from their head down. Everything is in control from their head, from the top, not the person that's in below or in between. That's why they supposed to be able to maximize their ability. But the moment I listen to my daughter and drop her off and get ice cream every day, I'm losing. That's food for thought, right? No, you same way, right? You gonna look. Your kids may give you some good considerations. But ultimately, it stops with you, not with them.
But they don't carry as much weight as Dak Prescott do to the Dallas. Dak is the franchise guy. If he fight for Amari, would they not swallow some pride and be like, we got to keep Amari? I'm asking you.
Man, just as much as Tony Romo fought for Terrell Owens. You know?
We don't know that.
And we don't know that. That's the unknown. But let's let this play, man. Let me hear you say it, fam.
Hey, how about them Cowboys, man? We all going through it, man. Look,
yes, we are, man.
We going through it, man.
No doubt, man. How about it, man?
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
And shout out to him. I don't know what Dak Prescott believes. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he does on his off time and what he truly look at it. But I will say this. He will be a fool. He will be a flat fool to think that this team will be better without Amari Cooper as it relates to the situations of the wide receivers that he had out there. He will be a fool. He would be. I'm not calling him one, but I said he would be a fool. There's difference. If he thinking James Washington would have been a better situation than my guy, Amari Cooper, or Jalen Tolbert would be better for this team, he'll be a fool. Why would you cut? Look, I said this, I used this as an analogy yesterday. And I'm using prime the Deion Sanders when he had blood clots. And they had to cut some of his leg off or pieces of his foot off. And they said, well, hey, we can cut the toes off and it'll do just as good. He didn't say cut the whole leg off. Look, cut the toes. Keep the foot. Keep the leg. The Cowboys literally cut the whole leg off, man. They got rid of Cedric Wilson and Amari Cooper. That's 1,400 yards of production. That's 14 touchdowns. And that's passer rating when targeted, 120. We didn't have those productions out of Noah Brown. And, of course, it's hard to obscure those numbers because Dak Prescott missed 5 games. But those are still valuable productions. I got Son A. You're live from the 970. You're live, Chief.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them, baby?
You know, I was born in 1962. I'm very happy. That game could have went one way or the other. The They just happened to get the ball to fall there right. Kettle's made a hell of a play. Right. Now, one of our players could have done the same. It could have been that game. Just happened to be that right. That was the killer right there.
Yep.
I mean, because if it wasn't for that, giving up that big play, it could have ended up in an overtime, or it was headed that way. Our defense. I don't put it all on or off. I think we did what we did for what we had. When our running back went out, when he went out, that changed things. We had to work with what we had. And you seen what it did.
Yep. Yeah, we had to work with what we had.
Dak for this and that. I think he had he broke his thumb or whatever. He played really good, I thought, as best as he could. Just the ball didn't bounce our way.
You didn't.
That's all it was.
Yep.
Really. I mean, I've been listening to this bullshit since the 60s.
Just the 60s,
but more
yeah.
so now with the internet. So you understand.
Yeah, I understand what he's saying.
I mean, we got a lot of other shit out there in the world, a lot worse than what's going on the football field.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Buffalo. They lost we're kind of the same boat as Buffalo.
Right. They beat a team that barely made it to the playoffs. Yeah, I think Buffalo would probably been
Super Bowl. They went Super Bowl 3 times in a row and got their asses kicked.
Yeah, 4 times. Yeah.
They had a hell of a team.
Mm-hmm.
We just they're just some playmakers that day just didn't have, just when the ball didn't go the right way.
Game of inches, man.
I believe going in this year, we need a good tight end. Who's going to be on free agents? Do we know who's on free agents out there are going to be we can pick up?
Well, oh man.
I mean, I know I
don't know.
Do you think Jerry really will pick up a free agent or no?
If I know to play for the Cowboys, they would sign their guys first. They would sign some of their guys first.
I think you keep Carlos Watkins, Devonta Wilson,
and
Hankins. Of course, like you said, all 3 of them on the defense. And Levander Rash, I'd get him at depending on what kind of a deal he wants.
Okay.
Well, I mean, what do you feel about Van Der Esch? You think we should re-sign him?
Sonny, let me go over that off air, man. I appreciate you from you. All right, thank you.
But hey, I wanted to say one more thing, Law.
What's that?
Before I got off, I wanted to call in the other day. I didn't have a chance. But when you and that girl were talking online the other night, you brought up Ezekiel Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
And you really didn't say one way or the other what you would do. You guys kind of went off talking. You think we should go ahead and cut him or keep him?
Well, he's willing to renegotiate his salary, so I think that they're going to keep.
He's a good blocker.
Yep. He just.
I mean, he said,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep, I answered that question, man. I appreciate you, Sonny. Let me hear you say it then.
Hey, how about them Cowboys? And we're definitely going to Super Bowl next year.
No doubt, man. Look, that's a hard fight right there, man. Sonny gave me the blues this year, man, and he was right. I said before the start of the season we was going to lose to the L.A. Rams, and Sonny kind of remembered my my predictions, and he held my feet to the fire, and we won against the Rams or what have you. I had us going 13-4 this season, and we ended up 12-5, but we did win 13 games, so y'all got to give me some graces. But shout out to Sonny. He's a good follower of the channel. And my thoughts on this free agent list, if you guys, shout out to Blogging the Boys. They made this beautiful list right here. I think that you got to entertain the LVE thing. You do. I know we would like to get rid of some of these guys, but LVE is a guy that you bring in for a cup of coffee. Just based off of the information that I got from the Cowboys staff and organization, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna re him up. The other guy that he talked about with Ezekiel Elliott, although you don't see his name on this list, I think that he's going to really revamp his contract, and they're going to work something out with him, juxtaposed to him getting cut and released. I think another key player on this game, as relates to free agency, is Terrence Steele, Tony Pollard, Jonathan Hankins, Donovan Wilson. those guys you're going to have to figure out. And believe it or not, Connor McGovern is a guy that you would really have to figure out down the line on what you're going to do with him. He stood in. He's your swing guard. I think that he's very valuable for us, man, and what he does to the organization. He just stood right in, and he was able to fill in. This is his stat line. He only allowed 2 sacks for the season. 2 sacks for the season, 1 penalty, and that 1 penalty was bull sugar penalty in the Packers game. Y'all remember that penalty? He wasn't holding. Come on, man. But out of 990 snaps here, only allowed 2 sacks. That ain't nothing to sneeze at. And I know he's not a Zach Martin, but he is a guy that I think that the Cowboys should consider keeping. And he's solid. Yeah, he's been solid. That's my guy, Dre Matic. Thank you, man. Mike, you're live, man. I appreciate you so much, man. How was 49ers land, man? Yeah, I know you was all the way out there, man. And talk to me, Mike.
Oh, my God. I'm catching hell. I had to turn off my phone for a little while, to be honest. You know, they don't look at it objectively. They just look at it that they beat us, and then they rub that in. So that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
But still standing tall, Law. Still standing tall. I just had a question I wanted to run by you. And what do you think the importance of McCarthy is versus the importance of Dan Quinn? With Dan Quinn getting all these interviews and everybody saying that he's leaving, if you look at the organizational impact, I'm just curious what your opinion is of those 2 coaches, and if there's any, weight in maybe the idea that they keep Quinn and let go of McCarthy if they're going to lose Quinn, because I believe Quinn is the glue of our defense with the players that we have, and I believe players will stay based on him staying. And then the other question I have, maybe just something I'm throwing out there, is looking at these contracts coming down the road. I've been eyeballing the cornerback from the Chiefs, L'Jarius Sneed. And I think we need to get some energy into looking into L'Jarius Sneed, because what he brings to the table is valuable. And just with the timing of his contract, he's contracted through next year. But we're talking about making trades and who we would let go of and what have you. I just believe we need to look in that man's direction. That dude is a baller. I don't know if he's fully appreciated in the league, but I think he's one to look into. And that's all I got today, Law. I'm getting over it. My cousin told me it's going to be 2 or 3 days before I feel better, but I'm getting over it, man.
I haven't turned on my TV all this week, man. Anything that people send to me is via only web-based, so I haven't turned on my TV. So I feel you, man. Appreciate you.
There you go.
No doubt, man. I'm dodging like Jerry. I'm dodging the smoke over here, man. Nah, I really don't turn on the TV after a loss or what have you for a full week. Maybe it start getting back to when kickoff time for football this weekend. But to his point there, great points, great observations. I would say this, though. The free agency normally changes the draft, meaning that whoever you pick up in free agent, it kind of change up your draft board a little bit, because now you'll say, hey, I got this veteran guy. I no longer have to go reach around and get this guy. But to his point with everything he just said, it's too much of the unknown. We like to hide stash players, and then we like to sign our own guys first. So willing and dealing, you can just take that, chalk that up, and throw that out the window. 9 times out of 10, we gonna somebody on this list. You're gonna hear news breaking. You know what I'm saying? Breaking news: the Cowboys done offered a 2-year deal to T.Y. Hilton. You know what I'm saying? Or massive deal to Tony Pollard. Grandiose deal for Noah Brown. It's going to be somebody, and it's just going to be just one of those things. That's just how it is, and we're going to be hearing all of this and that about this team. That's just how it goes, and we like our guys. This is going to be the DIY project. Do it yourself. That's what we do. We do it yourself, And we can go back and forth about, hey, man, in actuality, Will McClay is the general manager of the team. Bull sugar, he's not. He's pretending to be the general manager of the team, but he don't have a title. And I say he do more harm in that way than good if he really is the general manager. Give me my title. No, give me my title and give me my pay. Don't have me in the back of the closet not getting all of the stuff. No, I want my credence. I want everything. The responsibilities and the duties. JT, draft Noah Sewell, replacement for LVE. We still haven't seen a good dosage of Jabril Cox and Damone Clark, but I feel you, fam. I feel you. Greg Barry says 6 year, $120 million for Noah Brown. That's just how it goes too, man. Parsons, Lamb, Pollard. That went too far. Three-headed goat for real, Cowboys. Yeah, I feel you. You know you don't like that in Dallas. That's just how it is, man. I wish it was different. I got B Bird in the house, man. What you got?
Hey, nothing much. How you doing today, bro?
Nothing much, man. Just chilling.
So one thing I would like to say is that I agree with the other caller. I really didn't feel like Dak fought for Cooper. I really don't. I don't know if there's some animosity there. It never came out, but that's just the way I feel. On Dak.
But hold on, before you go to that point, B Bird, the collective team didn't fight for him, so they knew something was up. Like they fought for Odell Beckham. They still probably fighting for Odell Beckham to get here. And one can argue that, like, dude, you got a dude that's healthy that don't have ACL tears, and you didn't fight for him, but you're fighting for Odell, who never been inside these four walls. So that was my battle cry. Now, we did have a caller that said, no, it was this and that, but we can see collectively that the team didn't fight for Amari Cooper. But go ahead.
And so, one of the things I would tell you is that I would say that the reputation of having the best quarterback in the league would be Mahomes. But look what they did when they lost Hill. They went and got Marquez Bandon, MVS, whatever his name is, from Green Bay. Mm-hmm. And they also went and got Juju Smith-Schuster, and they drafted a wide receiver. What I'm saying is, if the best quarterback in the league needs weapons, what do you think that Dak Prescott did? And so what the Cowboys did is actually took Cooper away. And so that's the issue I have with the whole thing, man. What they have to do next year, man, and I said this earlier, is that Dak's going to be here. We have to arm him with everything. We need the old Jerry back. And I was just listening to another show, Landlord, # we need the old Jerry back, because we need somebody to go in and make some moves. We need to put all the chips in the middle of the table, and go for it at the wide receiver position. And last weekend, out of the 8 teams, there's 2 teams that had subpar wide receiver groups. It was Cowboys and the Giants. Collectively, we put up 19 points, and we both are out of the playoffs. So you need weapons, man. That's all it is to it. Hey, I'm going to talk to you later, Law. I just wanted to put that out there, man, and I'll continue listening.
No doubt, man. Good call from B. Bird. He was right on the money, man. Richie James had some balls that hit his hands. He like, what I supposed to do in this moment? What I supposed to do in this moment? Richie James was like, look, I'm just going to drop it. Isaiah Hodgins, man, he had opportunities to catch the ball last week. Just couldn't do nothing with it. Now, granted, the Eagles did a great job of compressing Jones, and if I'm a DB, man, I'm just going to be real with y'all. If I'm a DB and I'm an all-pro or Pro Bowler, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, who are these guys? I'm jumping these routes. I'm sitting down on these routes. And I know that your name is your name. But football is still a game of matchups. I'm better than you. I'm going to take your soul away from you. If you catch it, I'm going to smash it all over you. And even the aficionados think the same thing. They would give benefits of the doubt to a star-studded wide receiver versus a guy that they say, what's his name? That's just how it goes. So if you're a Giants fan, you looking at it like, all right, sure, give my quarterback more and more weapons, more and more opportunities. He was able to win at least a playoff game with Richie James. Yep. So that's just what it is, unfortunately. Okay, let me pull up this one because I saw my guy Sam. Shout out to you, man. Burner account. He said Juju Smith-Schuster is a playmaker now. 97 targets, 933 receiving yards, 78 receptions, 3 touchdowns. Is that better than Noah Brown? Is Juju better than Noah Brown? Y'all let me know in the chat because I don't know, man. Y'all need to let me know. I didn't watch much of his tape. Is he better? Is he better than Noah Brown? Let me know. Because if I pull up Noah Brown, I don't think that. And how many drops Juju had? He had 3 drops for the season. Passer rating went target 104. He had 3 drops for the season. Is Juju better than Noah Brown? Was Juju available on the streets, or did they have to trade for him? Would this team be better with CeeDee Lamb, Gallup, and Juju Smith-Schuster? All right, let me pull up, just to be fair, let me pull up Noah stuff, man. Get out the way, Alvin Kamara. Noah Brown, you know. Shout out to Noah Brown. 70 targets, 43. Oh, he had 70 targets. Oh, he had 97. Okay, there's a discrepancy there. All right, he had 3 touchdowns. Both had 3 touchdowns, 43 receptions. He had 4 drops, huh? Yards after catch, 2.9. Juju had 5.9. Yards after catch. Passer rating when targeted, 76 juxtaposed to 104. Yards per reception, 12.9. Let me see what he had. Both 12, so they both in the same category with that. Patrick Mahomes got 1,000 yards out of Juju. All right, let me see who else is here waiting on his phone call, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all so much, man. Sports Guru. I think that's you, man. You live, Sports.
What's going on?
Nothing to it, man.
What's going on, Law?
Nothing to it,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's going on, Law? Hope everything good with you, man. I'm on the 48-hour rule, man. I done moved on from this game, man. I need 2 things to happen. I need Kellen Moore to go. Hey, I need Dak to have weapons. At the beginning of the season, I don't know whether Dak fought for Cooper or not. That ain't my business, and that ain't my concern.
Water on the bridge now.
The only thing I know is the front office did not put talent around him. If you know that he's limited, if you know that he can't elevate here or elevate there, then you got to put talent around him. But here's my question. Here's my comment. Dak has exhausted all that he can with Kellen Moore. He's taken Kellen Moore's offense to back-to-back playoff wins, back-to-back playoff appearances, and back-to-back 12-win seasons. Now it's time to move on. The common denominator with Kellen Moore is he's part of the Jason Garrett system. It's limited. It does not get you over the hump. Move on from anything related to Jason Garrett. It cannot get you over the hump. Find somebody that is innovative, that can use all your players, and that can get you over the hump. A quarterback does not do that just by doing that. Andy Reid is a Hall of Fame play caller. He has Patrick Mahomes. He could not get over the hump without Patrick Mahomes, but neither could Patrick Mahomes get over the hump without Andy Reid. So I think you got to have a play caller in these playoffs. Coaching matters.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking my call, bro.
No doubt, Sports Guru, man. I'm gonna let you go. I know you're on the road, man. Be safe, bro.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So I do like his analogy. Like you can't have one without the other, man. You got to have one being the play caller, then 2 being the doggone player that can execute the play that's being called. And then you got to have the wherewithal, too, in this particular system and scheme that, if it's a hook route and you late coming to that spot, throw the ball away. Don't force it. Those are calculations that got to be going in your mind. All right, let's go with my guy over here. J May, you live, man, from the 774.
Oh, what's up, my brother?
Nothing to it, Chief. Talk to me, man.
All right, man. Hey, listen, I'm over here listening to, I get the frustration with Ezekiel Elliott. Well, people have to understand, man, these running backs, bro, they get worn out. Yep. Ezekiel Elliott, Jerry Jones, man, they rolled the wheels off this boy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I got a list here of rushing attempts since 2016. And Ezekiel Elliott has the most rushing attempts by a running back since 2016 by at least over 130 carries. He's got almost 2,000 rushing carries since 2016. That's a lot of carries, bro. That is a lot, man. So for the fact that people are just and he still had a decent year this year. He's not gonna obviously give us 1,200 yards and all this anymore. He's not, but he's good for what he does to complement Tony Pollard. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think Tony Pollard's a full rushing 4-down running back. I just don't think so. And also about the wide receivers that are out there as far as free agents go, I just don't see any that are top tier wide receivers.
Here's what's going to happen, Jamie. After the season, you got to wait because there will be people, surprise cuts. There will be 3 waves of the free agency. There's the free agency before the draft. Then there's the free agency period after the draft, right? Because they drafted somebody and they said, well, we no longer need this said person, and they cut them. And then there's this little spell of veteran free agencies right before the season kickoff after they realized that whoever they drafted, that the person is not good. So there's 3 waves of that free agency period. But what we're trying to tell the Cowboys is that you can't be satisfied. Howie Roseman never satisfied. The Cowboys, if in the free agency we'd have picked up Dak Prescott last year, we would have been satisfied.
I was looking at that too, bro.
Yeah, we'd have been satisfied. We'd have been talking about Dak Prescott like we've been talking about James Washington. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it goes, Jamie. I appreciate you for calling in.
Yeah. Thanks, my brother. I appreciate you, boss.
No doubt, man. All right, so that's just how it goes, y'all. That's just how it is, unfortunately. When you play in this game, and I've never played this game, but I'm talking about this game of free agency, you can't be satisfied. But what the Cowboys do, since we are a team that's sensational, that marries sensationalism, we can go sign red wine. You know what I'm saying? Celdrick Red Wine. I could do a video on him and it'll hit 50 to 60,000 views. Why? Because we are a team that everybody want to know who we done got. And everything is elevated. We take what's average to turn it into great, and we take what's great, turn it into excellence, or elite. That's just how it goes. Unfortunately, that's just how it is for us, because they're going to talk about it. Look, I promise you, we're not even in the playoffs no more. What were the main topics this week? The 4-letter, 3-letter, I haven't even turned on the TV. They're not talking about Josh Allen and his hiccups. They're not talking about the other teams that lost, like the Danny Jones or what have you. They are only talking about the Cowboys and their shortcomings. I even heard Skip Bayless. I heard this. He took his jersey off. He threw it in the trash. He got 3 to 4 million views. They burning jerseys over here. Man, right now, don't y'all know if CeeDee Lamb or name me a backup player. If Semi Fehoko said what Stephon Diggs said about Josh Allen, it will eclipse it by multiples. by multiple of returns of views. If we can get one person to say, you know what, Dak ain't it. Dak whack or something like that. Somebody can say, if one of the players, it could be one of the guys that's in the training room that handle the towels. It will get more views than what Stephon Diggs had to say about Josh Allen. Y'all not keeping up, man. We are hated. We are hated. There are people that team been out of the playoffs, and they over here yapping. Yeah, how about them Cowboys? They repeat every word, every syllable that Stephen A. Smith says. Dan Orlowski said, I never played football before, but I know my end zone. I promise you. Dan Orlowski is talking about the Cowboys probably right now. We got for the 214, you live. Is it Stargazer? You live.
Hey, what's up, love? Yeah,
what's
good?
Star. Hey, how you doing, Star?
I'm doing good. I will just start off by saying this. I agree with the previous caller. We gotta get a new offensive coordinator. If we don't, people talk about we need different weapons. We need to do this. We need to do that. Guys, we had weapons this year that our own offensive coordinator currently didn't even know how to use. Can't even get our stud rookie wide receiver who literally blew up the Super Bowl, couldn't even get him on the field. Couldn't even get Turpin involved at all, even though he had some that I don't even want to get that kick return. Everybody's questionable. He probably should have returned that, but we couldn't even get a speed demon on the field, even though Kellen told us in the offseason, oh, yeah, we see him as a wide receiver. Right. Barely, we don't. Now, granted, out of Michael Gallup, out of Noah Brown, those guys are serviceable, but those guys are just not near enough. Noah Brown was our wide receiver number 5 last year. And then we tried to turn him into a number 2. Yeah. Michael Gallup was a number 3 last year. And we tried to have him as a number 2.
Hold on before you say anything. Man, Gallup, man, we love you, man. We ain't talking about you, man. We never played in the National Football League, but we love you, dog.
I love you, Gallup. It's not a knock on Gallup. It's just Gallup just wasn't ready to come back.
Right.
And this is what I'll say. Every other NFL team builds around their quarterback. The Chiefs struggled in the Super Bowl because that offensive line, what did they do? They rebuilt that whole offensive line.
Yeah.
Mahomes has one of the best play callers in NFL history. That is his head coach. Mahomes has one of the best tight ends in NFL history.
Go Jacket.
He had Tyreek Hill, and then they replaced him replaced Tyreek Hill production with 4 other wide receivers. You look at Joe Burrow, he has the best wide receiver core in football. Then they added a beast in Hayden Hurst as a tight end. And they also retooled his whole offensive line. Like, guys, and I'll just say this because I know I got to go. Dak is not average, guys. I know y'all want to believe that so bad that he's just this average quarterback and he just can't get it done. But the reality is he has a front office that wants to bargain-based shop, that doesn't want to give him what he needs, like all the other teams, to succeed. And I put in the super chat law, I said, is having the 7th highest passer rating and the 7th highest completion percentage in NFL history average? If that's average to y'all, then I don't really know what to tell y'all, because that's what Dak is. That's the quarterback he is. But anyway, I'll let you go, Law. I know you got to get to other callers. I appreciate you letting me call in on the show.
No doubt. No doubt. And here's the thing. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. There's no one individual that can win it all by themselves. There's none. Like, all of a sudden, people are literally hitting me up in my inbox and everywhere else. Hey, man, we should trade for Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers. We should trade for him. He would take this team to higher heights. And all I've seen this dude do for the last, when the last time he won a Super Bowl? It had to be 13 years ago or 12. Maybe y'all put it down in the chat. She know 24/7. Yeah, she know where she from. Is she married? 24/7 Cowboy. You gonna have to reach out to Stargazer. I don't know her marital status or what have you, but you might have to reach out to her. But she do know her ball. But this is what people are reaching out to me. Hey, Law, we should go get Aaron Rodgers because of what Skip Bayless had to say. Of what he had to say about this team. Like, his interest of this team is in the best for this team. Like Skip Bayless. Y'all going to the level of y'all agreeing with Skip Bayless. But I look back just last year, Aaron Rodgers versus this same exact team, the 49ers. How many points did he put up, y'all, ladies and gentlemen? Can y'all put that in the chat? How many points did he put up against this same defense? Matter of fact, this defense, the 49ers, could be a little bit better than what they were last year. How many points did he put up? I need to know the numbers. He put up 10 points. Thank you, White. And his QBR was like 16. It was a horrid QBR rating, 16-18. He had Aaron Jones. He had the third-ranked defense, ladies and gentlemen. The Dallas Cowboys didn't have a third-ranked defense, y'all. He had one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League, Devontae Adams. Let me show y'all Devontae Adams, even what he did with the Raiders. Devontae. Adams, I don't know how to spell it, And let me see if I can. Come on, help me out. There you go. Devontae, that's how you really say it. This dude put up 100 receiving, 1,500 yards, and 14 touchdowns with Carr. With Carr. Last year, he put up with Aaron Rodgers, 123, 1,500, and less touchdowns. Of course, I guess, Carr must be a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. I'm just joking with y'all. But you guys get what I'm saying? He couldn't put up more than 10 points at home. So what y'all thinking? And it's in Wisconsin. Green Bay. They ain't doing interviews over there. They got 3 beat reporters. We got 400 beat reporters. 400 beat reporters. You know what I'm saying? In the locker room. They can bet. And he's talking on shows with Pat McAfee or whatever that guy's. That's Pat McAfee. A punt kicker. He's talking on the show with them every day. Or every week or once a week. Whatever, something like that. Don't y'all know how much scrutiny and hate and vicious venom we would get from the 4-letter and the 3-letter network the moment you see Aaron Rodgers playing in the Dallas Cowboys uniform? Shoot. And then you got to give him 12. You gonna give Aaron Rodgers starback number? Shoot. Put it like this, stay paid. That's not even the argument. It's not about who's better. It's not about who's better at quarterback. It takes a complete team. It takes a different level of mental focus. And if he can barely be mentally focused without taking psychedelics in Green Bay, what the hell you think he's going to do in Dallas land? He's not mentally focused to play in Dallas. And I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers. He can barely take it in Green Bay without the psychedelics. Let me let somebody else in on here, man. Yeah, it's just crazy, man. No, you're live, man. I mean, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? No, he got to take psychedelics, man.
I was listening to the live and letting the phone just echo in the background, man. My bad.
No, you good, Noah. Talk to me.
No, man, I'm listening. I'm over here. I'm getting mad, man, because I'm like, when is our fans gonna get it, bro? We right, like people saying, blow up the team, get rid of Zeke, trade Dak. And bro, it's simple. Whether we keep Kellen Moore or if we get rid of him, can we just change the play schemes? Mm-hmm. It's plays, man. It's not the team. It's the plays. San Francisco,
hello.
If they can do what they do with less, it's the plays. The scheme of the plays. We have enough weapons. We can't get everything.
Let me say this one time. He says, State Pace says we have a team. This year, did we have the third-ranked defense in the National Football League? Yes or no? Oh, my God. Yeah. I'm talking about third-ranked defense on all-ranked defense. We didn't.
Our defense was ranked in the top 5, period.
They defense, I'm talking about the Packers last year was the third-ranked defense.
That was the third-ranked defense last year.
And what did they do? They was one and done.
One and done. They had the divisional game and lost. And Aaron Rodgers
with one of the greatest quarterbacks that God made in this multiverse, and he couldn't get over 10 points at home.
And I was that's why when you was sitting there hitting the pump, like, man, that's why you do it no better. Then you do it better than anyone on the internet, man. Because when they say these blanketed statements, you always backing it up. I mean,
I'm backing. See, they back it up with feelings. They back it up with feelings. They back it up with feelings. I'm backing it up with stats. That's the difference. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
I'm winning. I'm winning regardless.
And as you're doing that, what I'm doing, I'm sitting here thinking about, okay, Law saying this, okay, let me think what other strategies can us as an organization use? Because like you say, Dak ain't going nowhere. Zeke ain't going nowhere.
He ain't.
So they're gonna be around it. Of course, Zeke numbers, they was down because he's splitting the carries. I'm sure if he got all the carries this year, we'll be talking about him having 1,400 yards a game.
Yeah.
Easy, but that's not the offense design, and that's not. I ain't really want to talk about Zeke. I just wanted to just hint on that for people to think we're, like you were saying, we're a step better than we was last year. And when you said that, this what came to my mind. Okay, what that means to me is Kellen Moore then got a little bit better calling plays than he did last year in situational football. That's it.
That's it. Hey, and this is my argument with Kellen Moore. Oh my gosh, he's not all. And people would take my statement on this and they would misconstrue it. You know what I'm saying is that he's young. It's his 4th year ever calling plays behind one of the richest and the biggest spotlights of a franchise. And for us to think that this dude won't have any hiccups, slow starts, or horrid plays, come on, man. He's gonna by year 10, by year 12, Kellen Moore gonna be a beast. He's gonna be a flat out beast calling plays. But it's his 4th year, man. He haven't graduated. He finna graduate now.
Yeah, that dude. I don't know if we keep him or not. Because
they're gonna get rid of him.
I think, like you said, I think we should and see what. If y'all want to really expose Dak, I guess we get rid of Kellen Moore, bring someone there and let Dak have an input on the plays and stuff like that. I guess we get to see what they want to see, what he can really do. I don't know why. All you got to do look at the numbers. His numbers speak for itself. Y'all want to trade him. Who we going to trade him for? Who we going to get in return that's better than that? Like y'all already said, the quarterback that's ahead of him, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, okay, Lamar Jackson, who really we don't know if he can pass the ball or not. Who else? The guy from Cincinnati. I just ain't saying all the names.
Right.
Up front, but these guys, if they're ahead of Dak, but then when you can compare Dak numbers against those guys, his stats and his numbers are in the same realm as those. Of course, Dak haven't came through in the big games, but also we got to be putting those situations year in and year out for Dak to prove himself in those games too.
Yeah, it's just continuing moving the goalposts though. because we were not supposed to make it to the playoff this year. We supposed to be 8-9 this year, and then we make it to the playoff. We were not supposed to win a playoff game. We win one. Oh, it's because you had a guy with Geritol, you know what I'm saying, throwing the ball on the opposite side. So when we win that, then we lose a game where we clearly Dak Prescott. That was his fault. I got people. Look, Jessica just text me now talking about, hey, I'm removing myself from your subscription. Like, I care about that. I don't care about that. I'm gonna speak my truth. You can remove yourself, but I got to call a spade with Dak Prescott. I don't care about your feelings. If it was open, he need to get 2 yards. Man, dude, run that. Don't throw that. That's the reality. I'm not finna sugarcoat it for Dak Prescott, juxtaposed to what I do with anybody else. So when y'all text me, when people text me and say, "Hey man, Law, you hating on Dak?" No, I'm telling the truth.
No.
You can't run button hook routes and you can't throw that. It's 2 wrongs don't make a right, but of course, these are the realities, fam.
I think all quarterbacks know when they play in zone, you can't throw into tight windows and double coverage in the zone. You're supposed to throw that out. Like it was one of the laws. Somebody he hitched after 2 times. You go to your check down or you throw it away, and Dak was trying to force it in there,
right?
Or whatever. But yeah, it's play call. I was trying to explain to my son, Dak don't call the plays. Once the play get into him, he'll read it, and when he, like I was telling my son, when he go up to the center and he look at it, he'll change it objectively then, but the play is what Kellen Moore and them see, and that's what he's trying to run. He always got to go through his first read.
Right. He always got to go to his first read. Let me give you this analogy before I let you go, Noah. Okay. As a father, you say you got a son, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You got a table. You put a gun and a knife on the table. Those are bad options for him, regardless.
Yeah.
And what you essentially saying as a father, pick the gun or the knife. Why would you even put that option for him? That's what it was on quarterback empty 2nd and 2. And that's what a third of the Cowboy Nation don't understand. The offensive coordinator shouldn't even have that as an option for his son. You know what I'm saying?
Really real quick?
Talk to me.
I'll ask you something real quick. When we did that, what do you think the 49ers bench was over there doing?
They did exactly what you did as a DB or a linebacker. They going empty. All I got to do, I would prefer the quarterback to run. But I for dog sure not going to expect this quarterback to throw it on pass, bro.
And you've been on the other side. What you gonna say? I can't believe the offensive coordinator put them in that situation.
Right.
Not that. They're gonna say the offensive coordinator. That's all I gotta say.
This is what it is. And I promise y'all don't have to donate to Law Nation because of feelings. Don't donate to me. I'm not asking for y'all money. I don't need your money. You only donate for me so that you can help grow the nation, so that I can utilize those funds. So when I go out to Oxnard or when I go out to places to see things, you see what I'm saying? I don't need the money.
Hey,
that's just what it is. The money is the byproduct. So don't y'all be donating to me only so that I can so that I can say things that y'all want to say. I'm not that dude. I don't care about your money. I don't care about the memberships. This is passion. I'll do this for free. So stop putting money in front of everything. People donate to Mr. Beast all the time. He's one of the biggest YouTubers out there.
No, facts.
Come on, y'all. Stop talking about the money. People still donate to Jerry Jones. I'm not a billionaire. I'm going to give y'all the real. That's why y'all coming here, to hear the raw conversation. Not that fake watered down stuff everywhere else. Come on now. Stop talking about that. Money. Appreciate you.
I give you all the praise, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Because even though I go listen to them the 4-letter network or whatever, just to hear, because I listen to the verbiage, the context, and half of the time, man, it's like you said, they speaking from a hatred point of view. They want to see the downfall of the Cowboys because they never put the real conversation on the table. And guess what? But I will give. I gotta say his name. Ryan Clark was saying some of the same things that you were saying, and guess what they did? They cut him off.
Cut him off, right.
They cut him off. Shh. They cut him off. They wouldn't let him get the truth out. They as soon as he mentioned Kellen Moore,
Alaska guy, he got mad and got red and he cut him off and that's when Clark was like, I understand. We know that's your best friend. You got to defend him.
Yeah.
Over that. Mm-hmm.
That's what it is, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man,
Appreciate you.
Your real supporters is here, man. Don't worry about that. And we're going to continue to support you, man, as long as you is walking this earth. And, man, you good, man. You don't have them trolls like Skip Bayless and all that.
Right.
You don't go burn your jersey just because you upset. Come on, man.
Man, come on now. Appreciate you, fam. Thank you. That's Noah Brown right there. You know what I'm saying? Come on, y'all. It ain't about that. It ain't about supporting me when we win and then talking bad about me when we lose, when I give y'all constructive criticism. My whole ideology, even if you go back and watch the Michael Gallup tape, it's out of love. I can do the same video for all 31 other teams about a wide receiver running the wrong route and get thousands of views. Thousands of views. If I'm chasing the bag. Let me go. I'm going to let one more person. Mr. Passion, man, you live.
What up, Law?
What's good, fam? Talk to me.
You know who it is, right?
Yes, indeed. Hey, dog, what's good with you, man? How you feeling, man?
Hey, you know, I'm feeling good, brother. I got some things to say to get off my chest here.
Talk to me.
Okay? Now, I've been listening to you talk to all these other people. 100 grand, you have been making valid points yesterday's show and today's show. Look, and you tell me this, another question I got for you. Okay? What was that play and what quarter was it, that pass where T.Y. was wide open and instead he tried to fit it to, what was it, CD and the interception happened? What quarter was that?
Well, he was. I forgot what quarter it was, but I know you were saying they ran two verts inside, and he tried to fit it to CD Lamb, and CD Lamb, Fred Warner did a great job flipping his hips, getting in the sinkhole right there on the hook area. Did a great job, man, and I think there's only about 2 or 3 linebackers in the National Football League can get there. And there was only one that could make a play on the ball, and that was Fred Warner. But yeah, T.Y. was wide open on the opposite side. But if you look at it, Talano, I believe, one of the safeties was coming right through the A gap, and he had to get that ball off. And
So a question for you: did he have enough time to get it to T.Y.?
No, that was his first read. That was his first read. But if you want to, if you're playing Nintendo or something like that, Madden, you can say, yeah, man, he's supposed to hit T.Y.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, then don't worry about that play, because then if you say it's a no-go, then you ain't gonna make it either way. So my another point is too. I look at it like this. We lost against the same team, but except it was in the second round this time, correct?
Right, true that.
Okay. So we did better than last year. We basically had the same record, if not a little bit better. So we can look at it like this. Mm-hmm. Build upon this year, draft you a quarterback in the 4th round or the 3rd round or the 4th and 5th round.
Right.
So if you find out Dak is not the answer after you put some pieces around him, then you have a backup plan already in place to where you can possibly have an idea of what you got at quarterback, what you drafted, or what you can get in the draft if you get a decent pick to where you can get you a quarterback that can take over for Dak when you figure out he's not the answer. Okay? You always got to have a plan in place if you're thinking ahead of the game like I do.
Right.
And I look at it like this. If you build upon this defense of what you got right now, and you add in the 2nd or the 1st round or the 3rd round 2 legit, either a running back, B.J. Robinson, or you snatch you another good running back, to replace Zeke, and you say somehow resign Tony Pollard, or you get somebody to replace both, you still have something going. You have more weapons in your arsenal. And plus, you still have a chance to develop Tony, what is his name? Tolbert? Okay? So we got to see what we got there. So I look at it like this. Let's look forward to the draft. It's a new dawn, a new day, a new season. I will always be, like I've said time and time again, I will always be a Cowboys fan. I ain't no fake Cowboys fan.
Right.
I'm a real Cowboys fan, and I support Dak no matter what. And I will say this. We will win a Super Bowl before either Dak leaves or while Dak is here with Dak. So either way, get ready, because we're going to win a Super Bowl or a NFC East championship at least with Dak at the helm.
Appreciate you, Mr. Passion. Appreciate you, man.
Much love.
No doubt, no doubt.
God
Appreciate
bless
you.
y'all.
God bless you, man. All right, y'all. Man, I got a house full of people in here, man. I got a house full of people in here. I can't get to all of y'all, man. I promise you I can't. I'm going to let Glenn Law jump in. Glenn Law, you will be live. Glenn Law, talk to me. Close it out, man.
Hey, what's good, Law? Thanks for taking the call. I'm gonna keep it short. I'm still getting over the game because, man, the defense absolutely showed up, and they played lights out. I mean, I don't care how you slice it. This defense played lights out, and what was disappointing to me, and we talked about this before the game, what I wanted to see was Kellen Moore call this game with more power sets. Right, I think we talked about that. I wanted to see some H-back, and I think we saw a little bit of that H-back in there to show more power sets. Now, the reason why I wanted to see that is because, kind of like you said, I don't want to give my quarterback, who is not Joe Burrow, who is not Patrick Mahomes, and it's easy to say, but it's easy to say, but Kellen Moore doesn't necessarily call games like he knows that, right?
Right.
So the idea of showing those power sets is to limit those kinds of mistakes. This is what Kyle Shanahan understands. He understands his quarterback. And an offensive coordinator, at least a good offensive coordinator, is an extension of the quarterback. And so when you see a Brock Purdy out there who doesn't make mistakes, because Kyle Shanahan is not going to put him in a position to cough the game up. And unfortunately, Kellen Moore, and again, the interceptions are on Dak. 100%, no way around it. They're on Dak. But by that same token, Kellen Moore put that option on the table, just like one of your previous callers said. So my solution to this, and I think I gave a super chat the other day, which I don't think you necessarily agreed with it. I think you definitely got to fire Kellen Moore, or if he gets another job, good, he's gone. The Cowboys organization seems to be committed to this, whether it's Air Coryell or this kind of offense. Go ahead and get someone who understands how the game is supposed to be called. Now, I know North Turner is old. I get it. He's old, but we've seen this before where a retread comes in and is absolutely able to give the consultation, whether he's the offensive coordinator or maybe someone younger, with North Turner as a consultant. Because what they need to do is they need to understand that a power running game is incredibly important to this style of offense.
But before I let you go, man, I get what you're saying with the North Turner thing, and you got to have your head coach hiring his philosophy. You can't mix it. You can't. And the Cowboys for years been trying to do that. Even Parcells, like Mike Zimmer wasn't his guy, you know what I'm saying? But he kind of bended a little bit because that was more of the philosophy of what Jerry wanted to see, right? He wanted to say, hey, make it work. Make it work, right? So we had mixed philosophies, right? We can go back to even Wade Phillips. We go back to a whole thing that Jason Garrett was here, right? And we know that Wade, if it was up to him, he probably wanted to pick his own toys. So what you can't do is continue to undermine your coaches, and that's what Jerry been doing. And it goes all the way back, as above, so below. You can't continue to have the owner / general manager / coach picker to go out there and make the decisions and say, go make it happen. When you cutting the legs out from under Mike McCarthy. Let Mike McCarthy be the head coach. Let Mike McCarthy hire his people that's under him that he ultimately trusts. I don't even think I even seen a picture with Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore together. I haven't even seen that picture before. Or even them having a conversation about strategy and plan and philosophy. Y'all find that picture and let me know, even during the course of the game, when will Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore be on the same page, sitting together, game planning? I don't see that. And these are the problems with these Dallas Cowboys. But I appreciate you, Glenn. I'm going to let you go, man.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks, Law.
Thank you, man. Good call from him. Good call from him. All right, I apologize to everybody who've been waiting here forever to jump on the call. I appreciate y'all, but I got to go. I got a meeting that I got to attend and a few other things. But I want y'all to know, man, I'm going to spit what I think is the real. I may be 1,000% wrong. Mike McCarthy could be flat out buddies with Kellen Moore. They could be playing spades, dominoes right now. Uno, collect four or whatever. They could be having that moment. But I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the philosophies of Mike McCarthy poured upon Kellen Moore. I haven't. I heard these things, though. Mike McCarthy coming out and said, hey, I don't like the option routes. I don't like those type of plays. And I have seen in this particular team, we run and continue to do the option routes, the stop routes, the hitches, and we expecting different results. And y'all are here to tell me that what I'm hearing and seeing are falsehoods. Come on, man. The reason why the whole system worked for the Niners, Shanahan calls all of those offensive plays. Shanahan was able to get Jimmy Garoppolo to the Super Bowl. Brock Purdy is a better passer than Jimmy Garoppolo. What do you think he's going to do with Brock Purdy? He's a run-first team. They set up things so that, hey, we going to get you one way or another. We don't set up nothing over here. And we are expecting for us to do those things. No, there was no element of surprise when we went shotgun, 2nd and 2. That's unseasoned chicken. That's literally saying, you like chicken? Yeah, I like chicken. Well, here it is. Where the salt? Where the season at, man? You can at least put some Himalayan pink salt on it. Unseasoned chicken offense. With a quarterback that got coached peer-to-peer coaching. Dak Prescott is literally looking at Kellen Moore like, all right, cool, yeah, dog, yeah, I feel you, but I'm going to do this. He's not being coached. And the moment Marcus Spears say the same thing we've been saying, now y'all want to be like, yeah, he got a point. We've been saying this for years. I've been saying this, ladies and gentlemen, for years. I said it back in 2017. Why would you take weapons away? That was the narrative. They took weapons away. They literally said, hey, man, Dak was good his rookie year, but let's see what he do without Ezekiel Elliott. They suspended, y'all don't understand, they suspended Ezekiel Elliott for what he did in 2015. The chick lied on him. She should be in jail somewhere for at least 3-4 years for lying on that man's good name. She slept with the dude. What's his name? Rodney. What's that dude's name? Lucky Whitehead. She slept with Lucky Whitehead. Why y'all think he's not in the league no more, y'all? I'm speaking facts now. See, nobody let that out. In that Cleveland Browns game. Messed Zeke up. Messed him all the way up, y'all. And so when we get to the playoff game, all of a sudden, hey, Lucky Whitehead would not be starting in these playoff games. Don't y'all know on that end-around reverse sweep, he averaged 9 yards per run. That was a pivotal game to get us going in that playoff game in 2016. But now you don't have it. I think his real name is Rodney. You know, they call him Lucky Whitehead, though. These are things that, man, y'all just don't understand. And we was expecting this team to win the Super Bowl in 16, 17, 18, 19. Y'all got to wake up, y'all. Come on, man. This is what it is. We won 10-plus game in 16, won 9-7 in 2017. The name of the game is getting back to the playoffs. But the whole narrative in 17 was like, hey, man, can this dude do it without Ezekiel? Can he do it without the offensive line? Where are they saying it for these other guys? 2018, all right, let's just go all the way in without a single wide receiver. Everybody was not even drafted. Only one was drafted was Michael Gallup in 2018. We started that season off 3-5. They had to go call and praise and give up draft picks for Amari Cooper, for him to come over here ultimately to get into it with Scott Linehan. He had to literally tell Dak, don't worry about that hitch route. Hit me up on the go. That DB can't contain me. And what happened? There's no quarterback under the scrutiny of Rain Dakota Prescott is. I talked to one of his family members this offseason, right before it kicked off of the season. He said, yeah, man, it's difficult being the quarterback of this team. I ain't going to tell y'all that much. I had to tell y'all that on a secret show. But one thing I'm going to say, for sure, in short, I ain't going to tell you the whole storyline. But he said, man, it's hard when they betting against you. It's hard. It's hard when they betting against you. Name me another team that bet against their quarterback, that take weapons away from their quarterback. Name me another team. I'm waiting. No other team. Well, Lord, they did Tony like that. Just because they did someone else like that doesn't mean it's right to do everybody else like that. It's not right. They don't post that on any other team. They don't do this to any other team, ladies and gentlemen, but the Dallas Cowboys. Front office. Any other team. Oh, Lord, you just an apologist for Dak. No. I will have the same exact reference for any other quarterback. And you can't say Tyreek Hill. How many draft picks they got for Tyreek Hill? How many? Y'all be having this Mandela effect for real. Y'all think that everything is peaches and cream. Come on, y'all. Let's continue to fight. It's the Cowboys versus the world. This is what it is, including the enemy from within. That's just what it is. People real close said those things. Man, they betting against them. And they did. And I guess that's just the way to do it. They bet against Tank Law, right? They bet against even everybody that had to get their contract. They had to fight for it, I guess. That's just how it is. That's the National Football League, according to the Cowboys. The mentality got to be strong. When you're up against the struggles, meet it squarely face to face. Lift your chin. Set your shoulders, plant your feet, and take a brace. When it's vain to try to dodge it, Jerry, do the best that you can do. You may fall. You may conquer. See it through. Black may be the clouds about you and your future may seem grim, but don't let your nerve desert you. Keep yourself in fighting trim. If worse is bound to happen in spite of all that you do, remember, running from it will not save you. See it through. Even Jimmy Johnson gotta see it through. You got the people that he coach in the Ring of Honor, but you don't have the coach in the Ring of Honor. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Got to continue to fight. Got to continue to grind. Keep your head high, eyes all the way through the finish. See it through, Cowboy Nation. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the Bears. Let's go. We didn't do this. Roll those credits, baby.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna emotional, damn it. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just
let's roll those credits, baby.
Yeah. Check us on.
Don't sympathy pay me though, by the way. It's only for your heart.
Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change to the safe. Got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play.
Charge it to the game.
I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check us on. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah, I just be off the dome. I never own no chrome. Too many foes and clothes. Yeah, I be at home alone. I be in zones alone.
I'll be a roll alone. Me and West Coast Cowboy, we will be going live a little later on today. I think it's right around 5-ish. And then I got the final word tonight. We'll be going over all of that. I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. Thank those who support this channel organically. Never support me for recognition or for pride. Only support me if you really want to. I render you those things. That's my time. And you can render me those things for remuneration for it. But only if your heart desire. I'm not begging for no one. Increases come from the man above, not from y'all though. Appreciate y'all and thank the grand creator for blessing me on this beautiful day. Let's go. Put some flashes on it, baby. Yeah.
Take a bite of my burger, babe. Save the last bite for you. For you. Ooh. Don't let the street lights lead you all alone.
And you're listening to nothing but the best.
Controversy you don't miss.
7 years of the perfect love. 7 more and another one.
And another one.
And another one. Finding you was the one I lost. 7 wonders all in one. All in one. Don't let the street lights lead
You all alone. Danger, baby. You know, I play these songs to calm me down, get my mind right. In jazz, the melodies and the rhythms of the heart settles good, even in the midst of your trials and tribulations, without hesitations nor deviations to the matter. Understand that this too shall pass.
If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far.
Hey, bro,
So
come on,
far, so far.
Come on, man.
If a paper crane can fly. Fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
Until next time.
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really
Y'all
rough
already know.
and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to be.
I got nothing but love for you, baby. Got nothing but love for you, baby.
Because you don't know who you're going to meet.
Emotional damage.
Until next time, baby.